Ooh, when I wake up in the morning, love. Ooh, and the sunshine hits my eyes. Ooh, when I look at you. Ooh, and the world's all right with me. A lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. What's up, y'all? Hey, I'm feeling good, y'all. Like, man, I might see if Joe Rod wants to jump on, talk some trash in a little bit. Um, wow, what a day, y'all. I guess I got bored today at work, and I had another video planned. I can't talk as loud as I want to because my son is literally asleep right behind me. So, uh, those of you who are parents know that this late is not good to uh, talk loud when you have a 12-month-old because you're playing with fire. Like you playing with fire, and damn it, you could get burned. How you guys doing? It took me so long because I was trying to figure out how to get my camera on 1080p. It was in 720. I didn't like 720. I wanted cleaner uh, visual, and I'm glad that I was able to get that. Can you guys see the video and does it look clean? Because that's very important to me. Oh yeah. Oh, we looking clean. I'm watching right here. We looking clean, baby. Oh, dang, my hair all sweaty and looking dirty. Man, I need to put a hat on. What the hell are you doing? Um, uh, Randall, then you're the GOAT because my son don't sleep through nothing. Like my son don't sleep through nothing, bro. I ain't lying to y'all. First, let me do this, man. How was y'all's day? Like, it's so crazy. Some of the debates I've been in, like throughout this draft period, for it to finally be here. Um, I gotta put a hat on, man. I gotta put a hat on. I'm looking weak. Here we go. Here we go. Cat mode, baby. I'm looking crazy. Um, it's been one of them things, man. It's like, you know, all right, we looking sweet now. Man, this whole period, y'all, has been. It's just been. I wouldn't say it's exhausting because for those of you guys who grind film, uh, like me, Joe. Uh, what's up, Joe? Joe, if you want to jump on at any time, man, feel free. I'm just talking ball, just talking my thoughts. For those of you who grind film, like myself, it's one of those things that is just like, man, you know, I might need to take a shot because it's all here, and I just want to feel validated for once, y'all. Like, and that's why I'm not gonna mention the normal names tonight. Uh, thank you, Remy Bean, from Jersey. You guys hit up the super chats if you can. Um, David Pence, do you still want Horn at 10? I'm only gonna mention these names for a second because this is about the unknowns. This is what this stream will be about. It's about the unknowns. But let's talk about these guys for a second. Joe Horn. Do I want Joe Horn at 10? I mean, not excuse me. Do I want JC Horn at 10? Joe Horn's son. I think it goes without saying, Dave, that I've been extremely high on Joe Horn. And the reasons being is I don't think many people understand what that attitude means. Like people just say it and they just skip by it. Like, yeah, he's gritty and that makes him good. No, it's culture changing. It is. It's culture changing. It's a guy a person who plays like that, like a JC Horn who plays like that, man, he's one of those guys that creates competition on every level of the team. Receivers play better because in practices when they're doing one-on-one, he's fiery. It's kind of like how Dez used to be, when prime Dez was walking around. And I think that we are missing that. I think that this team has no dogs. Sean Lee just retired. He was the closest thing to a dog, and he's like a choir boy dog. Like this team has no just pit bulls, yo. We don't. We don't. I'm evaluating this team. We have no dogs. And dogs win you football games. You know, you look at man, you look at Tampa Bay, that young football team, dogs. Dog at left tackle. Devin White, dog. You see what I'm saying to y'all? So we don't have any, that safety. The one who gave what's my man? His name always escapes me. He gave Tyreek Hill the peace sign. He went to Minnesota. I just so many names, man. What's my safety from Tampa Bay? That gave Tyreek Hill the peace sign in the Super Bowl. Dog, like just certified goon. We have none of that. And that doesn't mean you go out there and you do stupid stuff, but it's your play style. You play a certain way. You play mad. The Cowboys don't have that, y'all. Yeah, Lil Winfield. Lil Winfield. Definitely a dog. Sue, a dog. That's right, Pence. Winfield Jr. is a dog. Winfield, well, he gets it natural because his dad was a dog. His dad was a tackling machine when he played corner in Minnesota. We don't have dogs. And so while there's other people in Cowboys Nation who spent, they spent all off season focusing on what? They spent all off season focusing on, Kyle Pitts. Well, we get down. Izzy, thank you so much. Izzy Prado, thank you so much for the super chat. You guys make sure you smash the like button. But there are so many Cowboys fans and draft personnel and pundits who spent so much of the offseason focusing on Kyle Pitts when it was just like, dog, like, be realistic. Now we're not being realistic. He was never an option. If he's as good as everybody says he is, he wasn't going to get to 10. This guy's basically been crowned the next, like, he doesn't even need to play a football game. He's already Tony Gonzalez. And players like that scare the hell out of me. They just do. Like, I've been talking to Joe, and it's just one of those things. It's like, man, for his sake, I hope that he's really, really good because the production that I'm getting from second-round tight ends, Kittle, Gonzalez, Antonio Gates, who wasn't even drafted. The list goes on. Kelsey was, I believe, a third. Kyle Pitts better be the next best thing. He better not be Evan Ingram. I'm telling you, I'm coming back. I got so many receipts on so many of these people when it comes to Pitts. I'm not saying that I hope he busts, but this is one of those things. So, but anyway, Horn and Slater are the guys that I've just narrowed down that I really wanted that pick. But you got to watch Carolina now. Carolina's building something special. You got to watch Denver. They brought in Teddy for competition, so they may be out of the quarterback market. So it's going to get very interesting tomorrow, and I'm just excited, man. I'm ready to be at the end of the road. I'm ready to know what this team is going to look like moving forward, and just get to work, man. I mean, the cool thing is, y'all, is look at what we got. We got Mel Kiper on TV. I can't leave it on here too long because YouTube might get me. I got look at where the draft is. It's a thing now. Like the draft is like it's a thing. But there's people who have been here who have been fans of this stuff. Man, I love it. Here we go. Let me get to Izzy's super chat real quick. Y'all, my son's moving. It might be too loud. Okay, there we go. We good. I can't talk too loud, y'all. Foots, do you see Dallas trading back and obtaining another second-round pick and using that pick to pick up a player whose stock has slipped at first-round talent? Really good question, Izzy. The only person I can think of would be Caleb Farley. And I think that Farley, if you trade it back, where are you going? I don't think you will help Washington get their franchise quarterback. New England is a name that I've heard around circles that wants to get into the top 10. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know where they're picking in the second round, but that could be a thought because they're only, I think, at 15. So if you get back to New England, you could still get a premium player, hopefully, if one slips. And so New England's a name that you could possibly trade back with Izzy. I don't see what teams are coming up. Chargers coming up for a tackle, New England coming up for a quarterback, Washington coming up for a quarterback. That's kind of the teams that I see. I don't know if, you know, that would be interesting. That would be a draft day, something that, because that's something I just can't predict because Jerry Steven and the guys who rode the fence better than ever this year, and respect to them. Okay, let's get to this other. Thank you for that super chat, Izzy, so much. Let's talk about Taj. Taj, I can't play Nipsey Hussle because right now I'm talking draft, and Taj, I'll be real with you, YouTube will kill me. Sorry, Taj. I like this. I believe Denver would take Surtain. I do too. Like, it's very realistic that teams go crazy for Patrick Surtain and he could be gone. And that's just that on that. So hopefully he's not, but it's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? It's a real possibility that Surtain could be gone. At 10, then that would force Dallas's hand to pick J.C. Horn, and I'll be really, really happy. So here we go, guys. I want to get to some of these names. So many times the draft is catered to now the consumer, more or less. It's more now about the names. We keep hearing the same names though. Kyle Pitts, Patrick Surtain, even J.C. Horn, even Slater. Like, those are the names. But I wanted to give some love to the late round guys because really, if you're drafting well, even if you can get some of these late round guys to come in and be special teams warriors, if you can get some of these late round guys to come in and be special teams, or just contribute in some type of way, add depth to your team, that's a good draft. My doggone my phone is looking choppy. My stream is looking choppy because my Wi-Fi stinks. Dang it. I was looking clean this whole time, and now I'm looking like dial-up. Ain't that some garbage? But anyway, so I wanted to get to some of the names that folks aren't talking about. Because really and truthfully, there are a lot of those names that you just haven't seen in circles. You just haven't. And I truthfully believe that, listen, in order for this draft to be successful, you got to hit in the fourth, and you're probably going to need to hit in the fifth. I always say you need a great draft gets 3 starters and a contributor. That's an amazing draft. A good draft gets 1 or 2 starters and a contributor. A contributor doesn't mean that you start, but a contributor means that you can get on the field, you can play in spot duty, you can do some things. And so I got a list here, guys, of a bunch of people that I wrote down. I wasn't able to do a graphic and do all this stuff. I just really wanted to just give you guys some names and just throw some names out there, and hopefully you guys like these names. So let's talk about the O-line real quick. 2 names that I really, really like. Trey Hill from Georgia, more of a 5th round guy, and David Moore from Grambling. Trey Hill is a center with guard flexibility. David Moore is a guard, and he went to the Senior Bowl, and he was lights out. I think it's never a bad time to take an offensive lineman and take a flyer on an offensive lineman, especially an interior one, because you just never know with these guys, and you never know. Like, I don't know what we're going to do with Connor Williams in the future. Could one of these guys end up being his replacement? You never know. And if you can get a guy in your program, let him practice, let him get better. Maybe he doesn't, make the game day roster, but he has the traits to be a starter at some point. You get him in and you let him do just that. Let's work inside out. So this is what we'll do. We'll go inside out. Let's talk edge for a second. Edge on the defensive side of the ball. So not tight end. I want Janarius Robinson, Florida State. Edge. Dog. Okay. a lot like Marvin Wilson at Florida State. I think the coaching and just Florida State not being a good program affected this player. But I really like Janarius Robinson's tape, and I saw the length that he could really be something special. Let's see what you guys are saying. Is anybody familiar with this player? These are some guys that you know, my deep draft folks. Do you guys know about said player, Janarius Robinson? Because I really, really like the player. Long, physical, plays the run well. Didn't have the best year last year because, quite frankly, Florida State as a program has been up and down. It just hasn't. It hasn't been. It's not the Florida State that we know, that we've come to know and love. Let me get something to drink here, y'all. Man, I'm thirsty. Oh man, y'all ever had one of these Canada Dries, the Bolds? They're good. It's like a spicy ginger ale. It's good. Ginger ale is already spicy, but these joints are super spicy. Kramer, what's up, homie? Guys, I'll get to everybody's questions as soon as I'm done with this list. I just really want you guys to get to some of these. I really want you guys to understand some of these late round gems. So we got Trey Hill, Georgia. Ooh, I feel much better. I feel refreshed, y'all. And my stream is back clean. Let me see. Hey, I'm looking clean. Hey, it was choppy for a second. It's all good, man. I'm tired. We gonna talk though. We gonna talk this talk, baby. All right. Janarius Robinson, Florida State. Like I said, the coaching, just Florida State is just like those guys kind of like underachieve at Florida State. Like I can't say Cam Akers underachieved, but Cam Akers was like, yeah. Then he gets to the league and all he does with the Rams is just show up. So I think that's a name that people need to keep in mind. You guys give me some names too. Give me some fifth round, some late round gems that you guys like. Talk to me, y'all. Talk to me. I'm going to go. This is my favorite one here. I'm going inside out. Let's go back to the inside. Let's go Milton Williams, okay? Louisiana Tech. You guys want an interior D lineman that has that could play some three? Give me Milton Williams, Louisiana Tech. Athletic freak. His athletic testing was through the roof. Let's talk to Joe Resser because he just gave me a $20 super chat, so he is going to be on the screen. There you go, Joe. Joe, I freaking loved Trey Brown at the Senior Bowl. Sign me up. I don't care if he's short. Mark Holmes at 10. I'll draft Mark Holmes. That's my homie. Hey, Joe, Trey Brown was nasty because his mentality, can't coach it. He's just like, I don't care who you are. Like he may have been the only corner that I said just was like had issues with getting beat. The rest of those guys, they were clappers. Yeah, clappers. Hey, dog, that's what I said. Hey, hold on, Joe. I'm gonna get right back to you. Mo, are you just joining the stream, Mo? David Moore was the first name that I wrote down, dude. Hello, Grambling. He's a certified diggity dog. That was the first name that I wrote down. What are we talking about, Mo? You got to pay attention to the screen, my dude. Yeah, Daz is a good player, too. I don't think Daz would be what Dallas wants. I think they want more of a slot guy. But let's get back to Joe because I like what Joe's talking about, Frank Darby. So I think Joe's been covering Frank Darby for a while now, and I like Darby. Arizona State has some of that Brandon Ayuk in him. Same with Eskridge. Eskridge could come in right away, be your punt returner, shifty guy. Went to the Senior Bowl, caught everything, ran great routes. Good on the smaller side, but can get open. And that's what the league is today. He can get open. He can play good football. He has a nice he runs routes really, really well. If you guys haven't already, go check out Joe Rod's new mock draft. I think his mock draft was out of this world. It was very original. He got a Shi Smith in the fourth round. Shi Smith is another one of those receivers in that clump that has some, return ability, plays with a different swagger. Well, Shi is one of those guys that he just has that groove. He can just groove. He can boogie. And the thing I like about Shi is, he makes plays in space. That's the big thing about him. And he's physical after the run. I like Deebo Samuels, another South Carolina player. So go check out Joe Rod's mock. I think it was really, really good. Let's see. Let's get unknown name. Let's talk about, hey, Mark Holmes at 10 makes a lot of sense. Oh, hey, I like your Abby too, bro. Your Avatar is dope. That's a great album. Frank Ocean, Nostalgia Ultra. Got the BMW in the grass. Frank. It's like Frank doesn't even make music anymore. What's up with this dude? Frank's one of my favorite artists. Mark Holmes at 10. Yeah, hey, look, Mark, I'm going to draft you at 10. Somebody get this video to Mark and tell him we're going Mark Holmes at 10, baby. It's going to happen. All right, so where was I at with those names, guys? We're just having some fun. We're just talking. Listen, go check this Milton Williams out. Seriously, though. His athletic testing seriously screamed like Geno Atkins. He's an athletic freak. Put up a bunch of reps on the bench, and with these late round gems, that's what they have to be to get that look. And they're still not going to get first or second or even third round buzz. But in the fourth, the fifth, somebody like Milton Williams, all you 3-tech freaks who want to throw Tristan Hill off of a bridge. Now I don't want to throw Tristan Hill. Right? Hey, Tristan Hill did some nice things, but give me as many D linemen as possible. I still kind of value those guys on the back end a little bit more, unless it's Joe Tryon. Joe Tryon has now become my favorite player in the draft outside of Richie Grant. My guy Foots to go live tonight. Yep. And I'm going to go live tomorrow for the pick. I'm not going to do all 10 draft picks. It's going to get annoying. I could. What do y'all want me to do? Y'all, real quick, do y'all want me to go live for the whole top 10, or do y'all want me to just talk about our pick? Y'all let me know. I don't have to go live and be super analyst and act like I know everything. I kind of just want to enjoy the draft. What do y'all want me to do? Tell me what y'all want me to do right now. Who's going to join my live? Who's going to tap in with my live tomorrow if I go live for the whole first round? If you give me a thumbs up to say yes, Foots, I will go and join your live, then I will be live for the whole first round. Or do you just want me to analyze the pick? Let me know. Isaiah McDuffie is a late round still. Boston College cat, if I recall. Yeah, I agree. McDuffie's a dog. Joe got me hip. McDuffie, sideline to sideline linebacker. I got another linebacker for y'all as well. What do y'all want me to do? Go live, talk on our pick, then maybe review on day 3. Okay. I always give reviews. Aaron is saying go for the whole first round. Let me know. What do y'all want me to do? Go 6 through 10. Okay, you know what? I like that. Go live for 6 through 10. I may do that because that's when the draft starts for us, really. The draft starts at pick 6. So I might do that. I hope that they get through these picks quick. Like, I really do. I hope that they don't, make it too I don't know. I just don't want them to make it too goofy. Like, don't do that, man. Please. Just don't. Oh, Joe, can we give the people what they want? Are you up, Joe? Do you want to tap in and talk about your mock? I'm up, Joe. I don't got nothing to do. It's kind of like, it's almost like the night before Christmas, because all the hard work, you want to know if you were able to speak one of these dudes into existence. You want to know, what is Dallas really thinking? I got in trouble on Twitter, y'all. Y'all follow me on Twitter. Here's my Twitter right now. Y'all follow me on Twitter and on Instagram right now, y'all. Go do it. Y'all can leave this stream and come back. Twitter. Let's see. Twitter is Foots the King. IG is Foots the King. Y'all hit me on there, man. Go to both of those places and drop a follow. Like, do it like yesterday. If you do it, guess what? You DM me. I hit everybody who DMs me on IG. I hit them back. Go drop a follow, y'all. I'm not one of those people that think I'm too good. Drop a follow on my IG. I be talking music all the time. Ask Joe. It's straight music and me playing drums and my son, but it's pretty dope. It's cool content. And then on Twitter, I say stuff like, so look, y'all, right? I got in trouble on Twitter because me and Sky got into it on Twitter. It was funny because it was like, I said, look, I love JC Horn. I love Patrick Surtain, right? But to me, Patrick Surtain's ceiling is Marlon Humphreys. Which I like Marlon Humphreys, man. He's a good player. But JC Horn's ceiling is Jalen Ramsey, baby. Now y'all tell me. Jalen Ramsey? Marlon Humphreys. It's levels. You feel what I'm saying? Jalen Ramsey? Jalen? Marlon Humphreys. Jalen, you feel me? And I guess the thinking is like I guess the thinking is like, damn, y'all hitting the super chats up. Much love, man. Much love. We still, hey y'all, let's see. Everybody say Joe in the chat. Let's see if we can get Joe on. Joe, you coming on or what? What you doing, Joe? Hey, Joe says send him the link. It's litty. But in all seriousness though, I so I really like, I didn't gotten all off my I got some more names for y'all. I promise. We're gonna get to it, but I like Marlon Humphreys and I like Patrick Surtain. But he ain't JC Horn, dog. Like, if we just being honest, let's be honest for a second, y'all. Can we just be honest, please? Kyle Pitts really told us who to draft. Think about that. Kyle Pitts told us who to draft. Kyle Pitts told us who to draft. Did he not? He told us. He said, the best player in this draft is who? Joe, I just sent you the link, buddy. Kyle Pitts said, oh, 1 second. Joe, see if you got the link. Kyle Pitts said, man, look. Oh, there he is. I'm going to do a special intro for Joe. We got Joe on, y'all. This is money. Tweet it out, Joe. We're on and we're rocking and rolling, baby. Kyle Pitts told us. There he is.
What's up, boy?
A goat has joined. All right. Joe, we're like kids in candy shops, Joe. Because we're getting it all out tonight. We're just going to go hard. F it.
Hey, bro, it is. It's like the day before Christmas. Like, it really is. Like, I'm totally, like, not even tired. Like, I'm ready to rock and roll, just stay up all night.
Well, Joe, can you remember a draft where I talked to you about this today? Can you remember a draft where it was so for sure we were getting one player in Patrick Surtain that you're just praying that they have some type of a outside thought, more or less?
I can't. Not really. Anything where it was like, I mean, LVE maybe, but it was like the week or two out, I guess. I mean, it was like last minute, so yeah, not that I can think of.
I mean, this dude's been like the pick for months, and it's just like kind of like a head scratcher, like dog, like yeah. I'm with Joe. I'm with Mojo. First, let me get these super chats, Joe, real quick.
Heck yeah, get through those. Shout out to everybody in the chat box, man. Y'all ready for the draft? Dude, I'm pumped, man.
You guys got Joe in here. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope you spoke Richie Grant on this team. He can play on the roof. That's my thing. if y'all hear anybody say on the roof, where did they get it from? They got it from the DB God. Nah,
That's right. That's right.
it's one of those things.
Trademark that, Foots.
Joe, I'll be honest with you. Your mock was money, dude. I texted you that. It was really good. Yeah, I would love to have Richie Grant. I'm really digging this Joe Tryon, Joe. I've been telling you that for the last couple of days. You have to go live for the whole first round. You're one of the best draft voices on the tube, and it looked like you finally get some sleep. Thank you, D-Town Text. Appreciate you, homie. Yeah, I won't have my son. I'm gonna have my son out the way. They know that this is my holiday, so I'll be able to talk trash with Joe. I'll do a video, and then me and Joe may come on for a wrap up. I'm pretty sure. We'll just give our thoughts right there. Like that's what we'll do. Got my Tony Dorsett jersey on, ready for the draft. This draft. So this is what Mo Joe said. This draft just feels weird. How does it feel to you, Joe? Before I get to some more of these names.
I think that I don't think it's weird for me, but I think it's like this team can go like literally in any direction. You know what I mean? And it's like what I want to see them is to break some of the philosophies. You know, get away from not drafting a safety in the second. Get away from not drafting defensive tackles early. You know, so I don't know, man. I want them to draft Grant, Merrick. I'm even fine with Holland, but it's like until they do it, until they go second or earlier, I just don't know if it'll happen. It needs to happen, but will it happen? I don't know, man.
So, I think this is the year that we see it because I think that we have a different voice as a DC in that room who will say, "I need attitude on this defense." That's how I built my Atlanta defense with Deion Jones and Keanu Neal. And I pray that like we have Keanu Neal, but bring in some more dudes that play. Aloha, Joe. Shout out from the Big Island, Kramer. Kramer, you're the GOAT. Shout out to you. I have family in Hawaii. It's dope. Joe.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be. Maybe they will, man. Maybe they'll surprise the crap out of us and they'll go safety. I'll be ecstatic if they finally do it. You know.
Well, Joe. I mean, if they're listening to this show, they go safety early and then get some of these steals late. Joe, I want to get to some more names because this is what the people stayed up for. I got. Oh wow, man, this is money. Wow, Joe
Rezer, awesome, bro.
Joel, you just slammed this. I mean, Joel, like wow, like all I can say is wow. I'm at a loss for words, dude. Like I got to take a picture of this. I'm gonna send it to my mom. Like I have people out here who support on a different level. His name is Joel Rescher, baby. Joel, nah, seriously. Joel, ask any questions you want tonight, man. You got the pass. In all seriousness, though, Joel, I think people mistake me and Joe's. I'm gonna lead us up here, man. Thank you. I think that people mistake sometimes my passion for really wanting this team to be good. I want the same as everybody else. I really do, y'all. And the reason why I like Joe so much is because we just attack it from a different lens. We try to attack it from a very realistic lens. And I think that's what me and Joe offer. But everybody works great. Seriously. Everybody works great. Like it's not, there's no wrong answer here with this draft stuff. It's fun. It's football. It's awesome. Because at the end of the day, we are all fans of this team. And at the end of the day, we are very tired of mediocrity. I know I am. And so that's part of my passion for a guy like, Joe Horn's son is because I see a guy who he just won't be denied as a player. And that stuff to me resonates with folks. You see what I'm saying? It does, man.
Yeah.
Like that stuff to me, it resonates with your team, Joe. Attitude, it goes a long way, and I just want everybody to just think about this, man. Just really sit and think about this. If you had to play a football game today, do you think that you could win a game with Ezekiel Elliott, Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, okay, CeeDee Lamb, okay, Dak Prescott? Do you think you could win the division with those weapons on offense, Joe?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely. It's just the offense can do it, right? But the defense needs some TLC.
Yeah.
And it
So
starts in this draft class.
that's it. I was about to say, don't think about like tomorrow if it's not the name that you want. There he is. Vosh, if you want to come on, man, please. We just talking, bro. So if you want to come on, man, because people think all we do now is fight, Vosh. So jump on, man, and let's talk if you got time. If you think you could win, right? Vosh, we just got a great super chat, man. Joel is thanking you for your work. Vosh, I thank you for your work too, dog. And Vosh, you've been on the move, bro. I saw your shit that you did at the radio. Like, bro, Vosh is really up next. Even though me and Vosh really don't agree on much in this draft, that's still my guy. Like, love that dude. Like Vosh, and Joe, quick story, we were at the draft. How many years ago was that, Vosh?
2018.
2 years ago. And we was doing this in Mark Holmes' camper.
Dude, yeah, that was a blast, bro. Shoot. I hope we can do that again.
We didn't came, man, listen, we didn't came a mighty long way. Vosh, me and Joe love you too. Vosh, this is where all our work stops. What we gonna do for the next 6 months? Vosh, do it. Well, I know you're gonna be banging out videos. Our work, it's like, that's why I said this is like now I will say this, Joe, Vosh, the good thing about us, we're deep dive YouTubers on the draft. Some guys just kind of sprinkle in on the draft. I do need a break. Like, I'm tired of watching film. I'm not tired of watching film, but I'm tired of, I'm tired of watching film, bro. I just want to know who we got so I can just dive in on said player.
Yeah.
Joe, I just want to dive in on said player, man. Whoever we got.
No doubt, man. I think all of us have put in like work almost daily. It feels like, you know what I mean? It's like, holy cow! Like I think like this draft year, I think all of us have just gone full blast, 1,000 miles an hour, man. Everybody's doing mocks, Vosh breaking down players.
That's always gonna be Vosh thing, man. Players.
It's just treat for fans. Fans have content like every day at any time of the day. It's good to be a Cowboys fan, I gotta say.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I've heard a lot of Cowboys fans that follow our channel who have told me that they don't even go to the website anymore.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. Because listen, I gotta pay a lot of homage to Jeff Kavanaugh for extending that olive branch to us YouTube guys, because he has the mainstream buzz and following, and he's in the locker room, and the homie just threw everybody alley-oops, bro.
He's awesome, bro. Jeff Kavanaugh is down to earth. That dude is the real thing, man. That is one cool dude. I love Jeff.
Yeah, nah, for real. Wow, this means a lot to me. Yeah, honestly, Joe always has been my news guy, to be real with you. Like, I'll tell y'all something. I go to Joe when I want to find out who the Cowboys meet with, because I just know he does the work. I know he does the work. Yeah, I know. I want to get Jeff Darius Washington, just not on this team. So whoever Jeff's second team is, he can have Darius Washington on that team. Give me Trevon Moehrig. I'm just joking, Joe. All right, let's get back to some of these names, guys. We got to vent a little bit, but I want to talk some of these names. So, Joe, I don't know if you're familiar with Milton Williams, but I really like the player. Louisiana Tech. You guys go type him up on YouTube, type him in on Google. just read up on his measurables and his athletic testing. It was really, really good. And I see a player who had been playing a 4-eye. So that's basically like a shaded DN in a inside shade, almost DN in a 4-4, 4-2-5, 4-down lineman front. But I see him as a 3-tech, Joe. Like, bring him in. He's a 3-tech, Joe. Any names you have, Joe, feel free. These are just some under the radar names. We just went off the rails for a little bit. Let's bring it back. K Johnson, Senior Bowl stand freaking out. Okay. South Dakota State receiver. You've been pegging the Cowboys to draft a receiver. I thought that was very astute of you, because I do think that the Cowboys will draft a receiver at some point in this draft. Why wouldn't they? And so K Johnson, South Dakota State, just a baller, man. Went and showed that he belonged. And there's going to be a scout there that's going to stand on the table for him in the 5th or the 6th round, Joe. Special teams guy, come in and make some plays.
Yeah, the receivers, I feel like this draft class stretches pretty good. You can go all the way to the 6th round and pick somebody up, you know what I mean? So, like, yeah, we talk about McCarthy has a history of adding receivers. He got CD last year. He fell into our lap, right? But, you know, to get complacent and say, oh, well, we got Noah Brown, we got Cedric Wilson, these guys are on one-year deals or, you know, short-term deals. So, you know, I know McCarthy wants to continue to add his thumbprint on this team. So why not? You know what I mean? Like, he'll add somebody. I firmly believe he'll add somebody at some point in this draft.
I think people, you know, kind of like have to understand, like, really look at these coaches' trends of who they've drafted. And that'll kind of tell you what this team is going to do, right? Look at these teams and who they've drafted. Hey, I got to show the screen of this, man. This is a real throwback right here. Vosh just sent me this. I don't know if you can see it, Joe. Can you see it?
Is that us in the RV?
That's us in the RV. So me, Vosh, and Joe, we not new to this, man. Vosh was actually, it's so crazy.
That was fun, bro. Oh, yeah, I got it.
Man. It's my dog, man.
Salute, Voch.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, we not new to this, man. We true to this. When you look at this team, that's the you know, that's the one player that's the one position, Joe, excuse me, that let's talk McCarthy. Let's talk what he's done. He'll draft a safety, won't he, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, he took
Clinton Dix.
Clinton Dix. He took
Darnell Savage.
And did he take Jair?
He did take Jair Alexander.
See, and then you look at Jair, and then, you know, some people will compare like a Molden, kind of like similar type of player. So
chippy, feisty.
Yeah, so when you look at like Elijah Molden, you know, they met with him virtually early on in this process. So, you know, Kavanaugh has mentioned that they've been doing the homework on him, a deep dive in Holland, right?
Yeah, Holland is the guy. And I know Voch is throwing a tomato at the screen, but Holland is who I'm hearing. Now, Molden makes sense too, because Molden is basically a better coverage Holland because he's done some nickel things.
Yeah,
he's done some nickel things.
Yeah, nickel is almost kind of like a de facto kind of safety, right? You're close to the box and you can play run support and things like that. So I think he's built for it. You know, some of the people may look at his height, 5'10", 186 or whatever it is, but Kazee is lighter than him. You know what I mean? So don't let anybody tell you that, oh, he's too small to play that position. He's not. You know what I mean? He's fit for it.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I think that I like Elijah Molden. I like his attitude.
Yeah.
Let me see. If Voch wants to join, he can. I don't know. Voch has a busy day tomorrow. He might be getting his rest. I know he just moved. But if Voch wants to jump on, he can, man. I mean, I'm just talking because I really can't sleep. I just want Dallas to get this right. Like, you know, I think I just want Dallas to get – let me get through some more of these names real quick, Joe, and then we'll talk scenarios because I think that's what everybody wants to do. I wanted to come in talking underground names, but we know what people want. They want to know who we're drafting tomorrow.
What you drinking, Voch?
Bosh, what are you drinking? About to drink me on the table. I'll tell you that. Uh, let me do a couple more. Trey McKitty, um,
Tight end.
tight end. You like him, Joe?
Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a late round guy, sleeper guy, like you said, this is your sleepers list. So yeah, Trey
The
McKitty.
traits are there, Joe.
Yeah, you can work with that. You can
Senior
work with
Bowl, Senior Bowl was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Late round. Yeah.
I think they're gonna throw a pick at a tight end too. You know what I mean? Like we have 10 picks, so
Yeah. Get ready.
they got who was it? Jeremy Sprinkle, right?
Yeah, they got Sprinkle, but I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see. More of a blocker, inline
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, exactly. They add him into the mix. McCarthy does like tight ends too. You know, he's not afraid of going out and getting, these red zone targets, right? So he went out and got Jimmy Graham at one point. He had he likes those red zone targets for the tight end. So we got to see. We'll see where Blake Jarwin's at in his recovery. But
Nah, for sure. Listen, Joe. I think you're spot on, Joe. I'm gonna give you a few more names, and then let's talk. Let's talk Jonathan Adams, Arkansas State receiver. Probably not what Dallas will want because Dallas is looking at they need to get a slot guy. They need to get a guy who can just make hay in the middle of the field, more of a Cole Beasley-esque, because we have so many trees on the outside. Now, obviously, Amari Cooper can play in a slot, but just another guy that can give you some juice if one of those guys goes down.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jonathan Adams probably wouldn't be that guy because this guy is more of a bigger body that attacks the football, freak athlete, special teams demon. But at the same time, I just want people to know about him. He's a really good player, smaller school guy. But Joe, you stole my man today. So I want you to talk about, before I get to him, Joe, I want to talk about safety Eric Burrow, Wisconsin. Love him. Smart player. South Carolina, Ernest Jones. Linebacker, downhill guy, thumper. 5th, 6th round guy. Boise State corner, Avery Williams. He's small, but he's a Boise State player, and Dallas loves Boise State players. But Joe,
Yeah.
Here's the last draft sleeper of my list. On my Big Ten list. All right, guys. You guys, man, we take notes. This is what we do. Like, we really do this draft stuff. I'm not playing with y'all. Joe, talk about Nick Niemann because I like this player. Like, I like him so much that if he was there in the 3rd, it could make sense. Talk about him.
Yeah, Nick Niemann out of Iowa, right? So it comes from
you nailed that.
Yeah, it comes from a good program. And I can't take credit for it. Dane Brugler had to list his top 10 sleepers, and it was on there, right? So I looked at this. He posted this a couple of weeks ago, and then I think maybe like a week or two after he posted it, you get a report that the Cowboys met with the player. So okay, well let me look a little bit more into this player. So he's a solid linebacker, but he does have some flaws in this game, and I think that's why he's projected as a day 3 guy. You know what I mean? So for me, in my mock draft, I slot him in the 5th round, but the production's there. You know what I mean? Mike McCarthy, I think he's a big analytical guy. When he looks at the numbers and these sorts of things, I think this is another thing that he's going to check off his box. But can he play? You know what I mean? So, yes, he can get it done. He can play sideline to sideline and this kind of thing. Now, do you want to put him in coverage? I don't think he does well in that regard. You know what I mean? Like you don't want Nick Niemann running out there with tight ends and this sort of thing. But if you want him to go and hit those run fits and tackle players, he's good at tackling. He doesn't really screw up tackling. So, I think he has sound fundamentals, and that comes from the coaching there at Iowa. So I like Nick Niemann. I think he's a well-rounded player that you can steal there in the 5th. Maybe the Cowboys like him more and he goes in the 4th. The Cowboys tend to really draft sometimes a round earlier than what fans think. You know what I mean?
So I think, Joe, like I said, guys, this is what you get here. Okay, so when you guys hear Nick Niemann's name called, you're like, okay, I know the name now. This is what you get here, y'all. This is what you get on these deep dives, man. We're not, gonna talk about Patrick Surtain every single second. Dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is what it's about, guys, because this is how you build your roster. This is how you build your roster. This is how you get what I'm saying? Like, this is how you build your roster. Also, real quick, thank you for everybody who just followed me on IG. I saw them come through. Keep following y'all. Like, I love this ish, y'all. I could talk ball all day. This is what me and Joe do, and I want you guys to understand. Like, I don't think I'm nothing. Like, I'm nothing without y'all. Seriously, me and Joe, we're nothing without y'all. It's times that we like, man, these fans, man. But at the same time, we all are a community. That's the thing I love about like just being able to come on the tube and just talk to y'all folks. Like, we all a community. You dig what I'm saying? But like how Joe just knocked that out the park. Think about it. We got Anthony Hitchens. What was that, 4th or 5th, Joe?
He was a 4th rounder.
4th round pick. He's still in the league playing very solid reps for a very good team.
That Iowa puts out good players. You know what I mean? You'll be looking at Davion Nixon, Chauncey Golston. And obviously these guys aren't early picks. Nixon might be. He might be a 2nd or 3rd. Golston, 4th or 5th possibly. But these are guys that will be contributors either way. You know what I mean? Like, they put out solid players that they're going to be in the league for a while.
Absolutely, man. And, it's one of those things. It's like, man, the draft for me, the draft really gets fun when we get to the 3rd round and back. Because that's where the curveballs come. I'll never forget, me and Joe were sitting in Cowboy Stadium with the 4th pick, the Dallas Cowboys draft. Dun, 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 Dorrance Armstrong.
Yeah, it was like back-to-back. Dorrance Armstrong, Dalton Schultz.
Who? Joe, who?
Yeah, Dorrance Armstrong. That was the one. They were like,
I didn't have him on my Joe, who?
Yeah.
And it was literally like that Al moment. Like, who? The funny thing about it was, it's I finally feel validated for Dalton Schultz panning out, because I never forget that I did a bunch of film on him, and like the videos were like going crazy. It was like, wow, like good number on his videos. People were excited, and then he was like a dud for the first year. And I think it was a dud. Is this 3rd year, Joe? Was this his 3rd year or 2nd?
This will be year 4. This is his contract season coming up.
Yeah, so but he turned it on. Like, if we don't draft the tight end, guys, we're good. Like, Dalton, I don't know. Maybe it's me, bro. Dalton Schultz can play. Like, he's not. Obviously, he's not. No, I'm not sleepy. Right side, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm not tired. You guys will know when I'm tired. I'll start, and I'm good. Like, I'm really good. Dalton Schultz, though, he. The funny thing about Schultz was like, he doesn't have any like great trait, but he just does everything really good. And I still think there's a place for players like that in this league. Doesn't get hurt, good blocker, gonna be where he's supposed to be, reliable pass catcher. You know what I mean? No, he's not Blake Jarwin in space or anything like that, or Blake Jarwin's build.
Yeah.
But he's tough. You know what I mean, Joe?
Yeah.
He's tough. And absolutely. I think that holds weight. All right, Joe, so those are the names, guys. I think that we knocked this out the park, Joe. I think Vosh knocked it out the park. I think Jeff Kavanaugh knocked it out the park. I think Law, Mark, everybody who's doing their thug dizzle, keep it up, guys, because we are the future. Joe, I've said this multiple times, and now I really want to get your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to put you on the spot, Joe. Let me type my IG in one more time, guys. You guys make sure you follow Joe. I'm going to but we're going to put a segment. I just want you guys to follow Joe on Twitter. He gives great nuggets, and then follow Joe on Instagram as well. And Joe, you can put it in the chat box. All right, so guys, here we are. Tomorrow, Joe, what is your absolute worst? Like, what's just going to give you a headache going to sleep tomorrow? If we draft this player, like, who's just a player that you're just like, no? And Joe, don't be political. Tell the truth. Gloves are off. We're out of this season. This is done tomorrow. After this weekend, it's all over, and we're doing grades. So give me your player that tomorrow, just like, no, Dallas, just don't do this.
With our number 10 pick, or
with our pick.
Number 10 pick, I don't want them to go Zaven Collins.
Nice. That's a great name.
Yeah, that one.
Who they've met with as well.
Who they met with? There's
And it seemed like they liked it, the meeting.
Brugler's called it from the get go. I mean, that was like one of the first names he dropped that the Cowboys had a high interest in. You look, here we are, and they're still interested. They're showing the virtual videos. Maybe I'm hoping that's more of a, if we get wiped out trade back scenario, I would be okay. Like, I don't know, 18, 20, somewhere like that. But if a team likes a player, they'll take him wherever the hell they want. They don't care what fans or anybody cares about. You know what I mean? But for me, I would be like, oh man, I wouldn't be pumped about it, but I could get sold into it. I mean, he does have. I mean, he can. He's a playmaker on defense. I think he can. He can play the position. Can give you Sam linebacker flex. So if you're wanting to move on from Jalen Smith, that could be an option there. He'll be your Sam, and then he can give you, linebacker flex at the other positions. So that would be me. That's the name for me. Foots.
That's it. That's so. Zaven Collins, does the weight gain have anything did that piss you off?
See, that's the thing. You hear about that he was at 270 or something like that. So a lot of us were like, well, a team is targeting him and said, hey, we want you to be at this weight. Add that weight, you know what I mean? So maybe like a 3-4 team, maybe. So that's kind of where I am with that. If they take him, yeah,
that's a great name. I would say with the weight gain, definitely Zaven Collins, because there's no way he's going to move in space the way we need him to for this defense and for what Dan Quinn wants to do. I was listening to a coaching podcast, and what Dan Quinn wants to do is run to the ball. Good things happen to those who run. Zaven Collins ain't moving the way the league is moving at 270. Not in the middle, whereas where he would have to play, you're not going to play him at will. You maybe as strong. I mean, maybe. Now, the thing that's always been pegged about Collins is his athleticism. I mean, this guy was a high school quarterback, so his length. But it just screams Pittsburgh to me. But Najee Harris screams Pittsburgh to me, so I don't know. You're right, Joe. I don't know if he just got fat. I don't know. I don't know if he put on muscle. I don't know. It's very interesting why he did that, because linebackers, all you hear about linebackers now are trying to lose weight and trying to be more agile and hip flex and all that.
Like Darius, right? He went down to like 213, right? And he's still ball out. So he went the other direction, but it's still an all-pro for the Colts.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it's a kind of one of those. I think it's for a scheme. I think he got a heads up for somebody.
Hoodlum Flacco. What's up, Hoodlum? Flacco, my dog. Listen, Flacco, I think me and you are on the same page here. Not because I don't think that Micah Parsons can play, because I think that linebacker is the ultimate instincts position. It just is. And when there's a guy who I have questions about his off-the-field character, mixed with the tape just isn't A1, but, he runs very fast at the combine, that's great. Like,
yeah,
congratulations. I don't know if Micah Parsons will come in and be able to knife through and make plays. Like, I'm just watching Sean Lee, and it just reminded me of, if he was healthy, just that how comparable he was to a Luke Kuechly, because he knew the game. To play linebacker at a high position, you have to know the game. Sean knew what teams were going to do by the way they lined up. He knew what the play was going to be before probably players on the team knew what the play was going to be, because he was a student of the game. That's why I've been on the table for players like Nick Bolton, or certain players who they may not run the best. They may not go to the combine and work out great in gym shorts, but those are gym shorts guys, right, Joe? Those are guys that they don't some guys just don't have it. That's kind of like been my argument with J.C. Horn and Pat Surtain. But Surtain is a good player. But, Horn is just different. Some players just don't – they just don't have that alpha. They just don't have that it. So that's how I feel about Micah Parsons. I'm not saying he's a bad player. Like, if you just asked him, like, if his role was just to go chase people, that's great. But the problem is we already have a linebacker that like that's his role. But I watched teams literally take advantage of Jalen Smith all last year. Like, literally that was the Redskins game plan. Find 54.
Yeah, that's what offenses are going to do. They're going to look at the weak spots there. How do you expose? Who can we expose? Whether it's a cornerback who commits penalties or it's a linebacker who can't cover and he'll go like this and get the penalty. Jalen Smith would never turn around. You know what I mean?
The instincts suck. Jalen Smith is he's never gonna catch an interception. He's never gonna make the play. It's just never gonna happen. I mean, I like him, but like,
it was a good story. You know what I mean? That's my boys, Notre Dame. But man, the story was nice, but you know, the injury was it's just too much to overcome. You know what I mean? Like to make the turns, to make the cuts, to take on some of these big behemoth guards and centers, and shed. I like I said that before, Foots. I think in the back of his head he kind of has something where it's in the back of his head, like shedding an offensive lineman. Am I going to shed but get thrown and land on this knee again? I think that's a big part of it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a boxer who gets hit in the butt and gets knocked out. They're never the same again.
No, they aren't. No, they aren't, Joe. And not only are they not the same, but it's just kind of like, it's just kind of hard. It's just hard to watch him out there struggling. And it's almost like you just got to, I'm not saying put him out of misery, but, you can tell, coaches are just looking like, man, this dude can't play. Just like.
Somebody had a good comment here. I want to pick your brain on this.
What is it? What's the comment, Joe? I'll get it on the screen right now.
Somebody mentioned being scared of Rousseau at 44, and that could be a possibility, right? So, like we talk about it all the time. The second round has always been the risk-taking round for the Cowboys. Sean Lee, Jalen Smith, Randy Gregory. The list goes on, right? So, how would you feel about that? Gregory Rousseau, he might be there, and the Cowboys, they met with him virtually. We've seen him on DallasCowboys.com. So, Foots.
You want to know something, Joe? This might shock you. I would come around to it. You want to know why? Because I'm not as down on Rousseau as everybody else is. I see a player with length. The only problem with Rousseau is I don't think he always has a plan. I don't think he knows how to play the position yet. But if he ever figures it out, he could be something good, Joe.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's something that I think you could be sold into. What is it, 15 sacks in 7 games? I think what turned a lot of people off was the opt-out and his pro day, right? The pro day, he just didn't look very defined muscularly.
No.
And
remember what we said, Joe, there are guys, but the sack production is there, right? Like, I mean, he is long, plays the run pretty well, right? He's just not bendy guy, so you can't take him like he's not Jalen Phillips, so you can't justify taking him in the first round.
Oh yeah,
but there are teams I know for a fact that like Greg Rousseau. I think he interviewed well. I just don't think that he moved well in space. He didn't blow you away. But there is just certain guys who just have a feel, right, Joe? Like,
it is low key. The edge has not been talked about enough in this whole draft process. I think by a lot of us, it's kind of been safety, cornerbacks, and we have. I mean, everybody has touched on it, right? But I think it's something to keep an eye on, right? Like you mentioned, Joe Tryon.
That's my guy.
That's a name to look at. Russo, obviously. If Peyton Turner's your flavor, that's another one. I like Boogie Basham in the second for me, but I don't know if he'll be there at 44.
I like Joe Tryon a little bit better just because I like his movement in space. But there's no wrong pick. That's the thing. That's the beauty of the draft. Like, yeah. And I think that the sad thing is that we didn't get to see all these guys in one setting, so we could just compare. Like, oh yeah, he's definitely better. So that was kind of like the sad thing about like this whole cycle, but. I'll say this, man. I'm ready for tomorrow, Joe.
Yeah.
In closing, guys, tap in with all of us. Everybody's going to be excited, so jump from stream to stream. I will give you guys my thoughts Uh-oh, my boy's waking up, so you guys might can hear him. He's like, "You're talking too loud, Daddy." So, listen, tonight was awesome. Thank you for every question. Thank you for every super chat. Joe, plug yourself. I'm gonna get some rest so we can get ready to rock and roll. Plug yourself, Joe.
Yeah, you guys can find me on YouTube here. Just look up Cowboys Blog. Hit me up on Twitter, Cowboys Blog Net. Let's have a conversation and let's go Cowboys. Let's nail this draft.
Let's rock. Let's roll, baby. Peace and blessings, y'all. Share the stream. Peace.